at time of cross interaction take place, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning calls or interaction, it end up being a little bit hostile because there's no mutual understanding of respect. So we thought it wise if we can create the opportunity to just have this consistency of communication through sports, through dialogues and different ways and means, we can narrow down the tension of not knowing one another, but hopefully we can build that social recognition and facial recognition rather and social interaction.
And do you think that has worked?
Yeah, it's working. It's a work in progress. It's a long haul, and me being working, me being a community organizer, community ambassador, what I've learned is that people want to see an instant result, and nothing comes overnight. Our change or the changes that we're looking for, we have to be the first to be the change that we want to see. And change have to begin with me and you. But it also have a war that I call the root war that I believe that will bring that change, which is consistency.
Consistency.
We human beings have a tendency of doing something on a short term and they want a long result. It don't work like that. You want a long result, you have to have a long tendency of doing things. And we believe that through the level of consistency, consistently doing it and working tirelessly, that's how we'll see the change. And hopefully, sometimes you and I might not see the change. It might be something we can impact now and the next generation can inherit.
I know, Nathan, you want to come in.
Welcome again to our studio. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Basically, you used few words, and I would like you to elaborate on that. You said your organization, you were upset with the way you were going about. Also, you said, I would like you to elaborate more. Also, you said it's constant communication. What channel are you using? Because when there is communication, there should be a channel, and there should be a feedback to know that that message was sent. So how, since 2014, what are some things you can point to has been some success?
Oh, the pointers are a lot. To name a few, we started something called the Police Community Dialogue. And we hosted it for, we have been hosting it for more than 10 plus years. We have seen the success of it. We started in Minneapolis, and Minneapolis, of all places, you know, is very tense. We have Filano, we have Dante Wright, we had George Floyd, we had a couple of people before them that have had this police brutality or community police disconnection, I would call it. But through the communication that we started, the police community dialogue that we started in the barber shop. We started in the barber shop because the barber shop is a place that everybody can come. It's undiscriminate. If you're a criminal, you can go in the barber shop. If you're a wealthy person, you can go in the barber shop. That chair says that I attend, and the kind of question and the kind of decompress that we have when we call these meetings. Because when people come there, once they can come there and it's peaceful over food and we have the time to discuss, we see the success moving in different direction. And also our basketball tournament where we host every year. This year Cyrus was there.
We were there.
And something that this year we had almost 5,000 people there. And it brings people from all walks of life. You have the police team, the sheriff team, you have the local community. Everything there is free of charge. And once you have an environment that you can bring people from all walks of the community at large, that it can decompress and coexist in one accord, that's a success moving forward. And we have done that for 6 years. And people look forward to that program.
Now, from your own research, what can you say about youth involvement into things that are not, good for the community, some of these things that you factor in, trying to get out of the community, the issue of drug, the issue of alcoholism, the issue of, different things. What do you think push these young people in the community into these activities?
Yes, it's good you brought up that question because it's something we're working on right now to start the discussion, the community discussion. We believe, and we simply mean the board of directors and me speaking on behalf of the Inner Hero and me as a father and a successful one thus far. We believe that the disconnect is not just the kids. We believe the disconnects have something to do with the parents too, because for far too long, I think a lot of parents have been crossing the boundary, so to speak.
When you say crossing the boundary, what do you?
Is that you having a kid doesn't mean the kids don't have a right. You cannot export where you don't grow. And a lot of times these parents themselves are young, some of them are older, they don't have the training. So if you don't have the training, how can you raise a child without training? And I think it has become mentoring a lot of kids in the schools. What I see when I talk to parents, talk to the kids, because part of our inventory process, or our entry process rather, is that we interview the parents and the kids together and we interview them separately. It's all about our struggle instead of relationship piece. We believe that it should be more about building relationship than power struggle.
Yeah, the parents really getting the messages. I mean,
the messages
you
going to some, but this is why we're coming to reinforce our discussion directly with parents and the kids, because for far too long, the way we were doing it back then, it was talking to only the parents with other kids separately. But what we're doing within this forum now that we're about to host is to bring the kids and the parents together. Because even statistics have proven, even with the police and the plainclothes community, a lot of these kids have never interacted with police.
All right.
They have
How do they see the police?
They see it on TV, social media, and what have you. A lot of them are inherited things that the parents or family members went through. So to disprove that, you give them the opportunity to have and build their own relationship. And those are some of the stuff we're trying to work on with this new program that we're establishing in the Vero High School called the Student Police Advisory Board.
Okay.
That will have high school senior and junior forming an advisory board that works with the police department and meet once a month to tell the police department how they feel they need to be policed and where they feel their voices can be added at the table. And we believe with that, we can hopefully work down some of the tension that is between the young people and the police. But the bigger picture here is to get people of color to become part of the process, because for far too long, we just talk at the problem and we're not trying to solve the problem. So what we want to do now is to give them the option to be at the table, because if you're not on the table, at the table, right, you are on the menu. And far too long, people of color be on the menu. And to stop being on the menu, you got to be on the at the table by being part of the solution. We cannot change this if we ourselves not in the police force.
All
we
right.
ourselves not doctors or lawyers. So we have to become part and parcel of those areas. And then we can implement the rules and the changes that will come from federal government.
Now, what are some of the support that you're getting from maybe the cities, the different communities, as well as the law enforcement officers themselves?
The cities we are still working on the monetary part of it, but law enforcement are fully on board. They are very much on board. And my appeal to most of the cities, council, and what have you is to give a new idea a chance. And let's try something new, because I think they keep going around with the same idea and naming it, giving it different names, but giving them the same result. And for far too long, a lot of people that work with them only have events. They don't have program. There's a big difference between events
And programming.
Event is a one-time thing. Program is a length of consistency and timing.
Okay.
And I think they need to focus more onto program. And that's why Inner Hero bring into the whole field of work. It's the program, proven and tested program.
All right, so we will take this very short break. When we come back, we're still here with Ambrose Ricky Russell. He loves that arrow in his name, though, so we will not take that away. Ambrose Russell is the head of the Inner Hero organization, working with young people and community dwellers in making sure they can bring together the police and the community. So let's take this very quick break. When we come back, we will be wrapping up on this edition of Diaspora Talk with Ambrose Russell.
When the issues of Liberia hit the news,
what is it that we, the Liberian people, want?
the Liberian communities in the diasporas are not left out. That's why Diaspora's Talk is back on your screens on KMTV.
In fact, the United Party is not cohesive.
Be it social, political, economic, and other issues affecting Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
I did not expect to even make it to Hollywood.
Join Cyrus McGee and Nathan Charles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on KMTV, Facebook, and YouTube.
I want to be arrested in the midst of my people.
As they discuss the issues, blend the voices from Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
And speak the truth of what is happening.
For sponsorship, call cell numbers 612-806-5896, 816-433-3979, or better still, email us at usakmtv@gmail.com. Diaspora Talk, don't miss out.
Well, welcome back. Sorry for that glitch there, but welcome back to Diaspora's Talk right here on KMTV, and we have with us Ambrose Ricky Russell. He's the head of the Inner Hero organization, one that is working in bringing the police and the community together. My name is Cyrus McGee, along with my colleagues Nathan Charge, Victor Double is on camera, making sure you get all of the footages that you see coming through on the show right here. So Ambrose, you're talking about getting a different pathway. When are you going to launch this to the community, and who are those you're expecting to come on board?
So the program with the student police advisory board is already in effect.
It's in effect.
It's taking place in Freightley High School right now. We talking to Brooklyn Park, talk to Cooper High School, Armstrong High School, and what have you. So Minneapolis. So if everything goes according to plan, hopefully we'll have this program running this semester, maybe in 4 or 5 different high schools.
4 or 5 different high schools.
Yes.
And what would it take you to bring these schools together?
Consistency. That's the key. That's the key word. If you don't learn anything from me here today, that's the word you take away. It takes consistency, because there's a strong disconnect of certain group of people don't wanting certain thing in the schools. But I would say over the period of time, with a proven record of Inner Hero and a level of trust and legitimacy they have built, I think we will overall prevail. We will succeed, and we have been succeeding. But it's not a one-day thing. It's not a one-man thing. It's you, me, and every one of us. You guys have the opportunity to send the message. So we have the opportunity to bring it. You send it. So we work together holistically, collectively. That's how we get the change to come.
Yes.
Yes, so in terms of police reform communication, what's your current relationship with the current new police chief in Brooklyn Park?
Brooklyn Park.
Brooklyn Park. You work in Brooklyn Park?
Yes.
What's your current relationship with him?
Very good, very good. We have worked with him for maybe over 6, 7, 8 years. Since he just took over, I just had a meeting with him 2 weeks ago in the city council, city manager of the city council. So yeah, concerning the same program. So the relationship is great. He believes in the work.
Taking police to taking, I call it, he did not use the word police. He said taking
uniform,
the plain clothes and the uniform community.
Is he engaged into that?
Oh, very well. He's one of the most approachable chief, and he's somebody who all about the community. I believe his term in position as police chief, Chief Bruley, I believe it will be a turnaround for Brooklyn Park. It's not overnight, not one day, but with the collective effort again, with the citizen of plainclothes and that of the citizens of uniform coming together, working together for the common good, consistently bringing everybody to the table so their voices can be heard, that it can't be on the menu, but rather have a seat at the table. That's how we can cause that transformation.
So the issue of drugs addiction, are you also working towards that? Because we have gathered that it's a major causes for crime.
No, drug addiction is one part of it. It can't be the major because there's so many kids who take drugs and they're not into problem. So, for one fact, like I just said to you, it's been too long that parents have threw the blame on the kids. And sometimes the parents themselves.
So parents are not training the kids
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Work too much at jobs, don't have time.
If something coming from me as a parent of 7, I got kids, my oldest son is 31. Something coming from me as a survivor thus far with my children, it's my wife and myself being consistently present. Being able to take the time and ask our kids, what is it that we did yesterday, today, and tomorrow we'll do that we can make a change on? That question alone can make a huge transformation within the homes. I bet you so many parents don't ask that question. And when you would believe that when you can take rebuke within your own private home, in your public life and your professional life, when you are getting rebuke, you will be able to handle it well. But a lot of parents cannot take their wrongdoing. They cannot stand their kids telling them that. And yet you come to hear the word. I brought you into this world, I can take you out. No, you're not.
Especially the typical African style.
You can't. The kids, for far too long, me being a mentor, the reason why my job is so important and impactful is that the kids, they know that I can hear them out. Sometimes our kids only want us to hear them vent. They don't want to hear us criticize or talking back. Sometimes it's just good to listen. And for far too long, the parents do not listen. They only talk at the kids, not with the kids. And what we're trying to do now is create this seminar that we can teach the parents and the kids how to have a mutual understanding, knowing my role, you knowing your role. Because do you want power struggle, or do you want to be a parent and leave a relationship, or you want relationship and being a parent at the same time? It has to come at the place that we got to agree that call a spade a spade. When the parent is wrong, they're wrong. Accept that. Ask your kid, find the time to sit down and talk at the table. The same way you're able to tell the kids the police there to go and kill you and what have you, be able to tell them I'm there and I'm wrong.
You think very well that parents are giving the kids bad impression about the police?
Oh, not all, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Some of these kids, statistics have proven that some of these kids, besides watching social media and talking to parents, have never encountered police one-on-one before. It's all about the perception from social media, TV, and parents or family interaction.
What do you see when you have these young people maybe meeting the police for the first time? What exactly do you see from them?
Man, I see the upburst of happiness. Just to bring you back to speed, last year before last, we had a program in Plymouth at a school, an elementary school called Pickering Lane, and 4th grader, 5th graders, giving them the opportunity to talk. We brought Dean Philly as our keynote speaker. We had the police chief, we had the superintendent of the school district, we had the parents and the kids. Just being able to sit with the police chief and have a breakfast, and those kids can talk to the police chief and ask him, what your day like me in the uniform? Because for far too long, the young kids have never built their own relationship. Their relationship has been built by the parents and they inherited positive or negative reaction. But giving them the opportunity to sit and be able to say, you know what, I'm 8 or 9 years, so I'm able to sit with the president or the police chief and say, Chief, I ate this, or we ate together. That's a whole different idea that you could make or break that young child to become the next police chief, to see that profession as something befitting to walk into.
All right. How often you hear them say, I want to be a police officer when I grow up?
It's not often. And the reason I believe it's not often because we have not exposed them, given them their own exposure to have that personal interaction. And that's what this program is about. Having the youth and the advisory board to the police department to be able to sit and talk about things. And some of the things we're going to do there we have never been heard of. Can you imagine having a video that you have a community member of plainclothes that have gone disgruntled towards the police, and to also have a video of a police officer being disgruntled to a
crime.
Yes. And watching those two videos and giving the 11 and 12 period the opportunity to discuss. If it were you in this situation, what would you do? How would you handle it? There's something called vantage point. When you see from, that's what you can explain well. So giving them both sides, best of both worlds, and be able to dissect and understand from this, from their own point of view, and a sense of understanding. That's what we call opening and transformational change, because it's privilege, and that's what energy will bring.
I took a quote from you. Being I know you, I have different way of treating you. I need more explanation as it relates to the police and civilians.
So what I said to this in breaking it down is that I'll put it in your case and I'll put it in the uniform community case. I'm in this chair right now. When I leave from here, there's a face of recognition. When you see me outside, you might not say
when you saw me, like, oh, I think I know you.
So that's why I couldn't say bring about. Because we have come in close proximity, you know my name, we feel comfortable. If you see me out there, even if you don't remember my name, you might say, hey, and it will bring back to you where you met me from. So in the midst of tension, when people have social interact or coexisted, there's a level of de-escalation. So the more the police, the uniform community can come in with the plainclothes community and put facial recognition, social interaction, they will still do their work. You will still, if you're speeding, they will still arrest you. But because they have interacted with you, there will be a mutual respect. Hey, buddy. Hey, I remember you, man. The other day we were at this place. Boom. The tension is gone down. And you will find a more mutual respect and a kind action towards one another. That's what the constant communication does.
Yes, I was more concerned because I know you. It means that you will be having special treatment.
As compared to others that I don't know. Now, I mean, we're drawing down with time, but I know of a time that you helped to get some young people out of jail.
Yeah, a lot.
You want to tell?
How you feel? Stepping out there, trying to get billboard for a young man, a young brother from the community. And I know there were three that you worked on. You want to tell us about your...
So, I don't take the praises. What I do is a teamwork that makes the dream effort and that holistic approach that caused this thing to come to fruition. But just for short, one of the stories I'll give you is that I met this one kid. He was in the gang when we met him. He had 2 guns. And he was working at Burger King at the time and going to school. So he used to go to school. His father had been incarcerated before, and the mom and him did not have too much of a relationship. So when I met him, what I did was help him get a bike. So when he biked to school, when he comes home, by 5 o'clock when he goes to work, he will use the bike and come from school, and 5 o'clock go to work.
Okay.
Then I will pick him up in the morning by 12:30 every morning. We did that for 6 months plus.
All right. We
got him a social security card, driver license, got him a bank account, and he saved that money and we bought him a car. This guy is no more in the gang. He got a baby. Focus, he's working. He out of trouble.
He's not a family person.
He's a family man. He's a good citizen. He's an ambassador for the work that we do. Another story, we had this young man who ran into some situation with burglary and stuff like that. Had almost 15 years of jail time. But we have been blessed to have a lot of contacts within higher places, lawyers, doctors, attorney general, police chief, and what have you. And because we want to give people not just second chance, but second, fourth, fifth, and as many
much
chances.
as you can.
Once you want to become a productive citizen, we'll help you come in that direction. We had like 15 or so felony. We were able to negotiate and get it down to 5, and each of those felonies he was supposed to go to jail for at least around 10 to 15 years. But he served 2 years in minimum detention facility. He's out, made a progress and stuff, and whatever.
He's doing better.
Yeah, so those are some of the stories and whatever. We got kids, work with another kid who started school with my oldest son, and he used to sleep in our house and stuff like that. And he didn't know what he wanted to do in life. And I just told him, I said, you just let me know what you want to do. I will guide you. He went to Bible school with through our sense of direction. Graduated from Bible school. Now I got 3 of the biggest Bible shop in Minnesota. Hired so many young people of his age and stuff like that. And those are the things that keep us moving, because when we can see people change and make a better of their life, we too continue to do what we do consistently, and not just passionately, but more importantly, we can do it with the positive obsession. Okay. Don't get me wrong. You can be obsessed, but being positively obsessed, it means that you eat, sleep, breathe, whatever is part of you, and you can't give up on it. Because the dream only comes true for those who don't quit, but keep fighting.
Ambrose Rick Russell, he's the head of the Inner Hero organization, here talking to us today on the Diaspora Talk. And I know, with the time, we hope that we can keep following the program. And the next time you have some time out, you can come and talk to us about progress and what your kids are doing and how best the media can help in, spreading the message or whatever the case may be. But as we take leave of you, what message would you want to leave with, the public, parents, our community in general?
The most important message I have here that I can leave with people is that hope is a word, but without the action of working, hope is never a reality.
Okay.
So we can't just hope. We got to turn hope into action. Because hope is something that we all can speak and say, but the only way it become a reality is that when we work at it tirelessly, consistently, and willing to change. And then we can become that change that we want to see. And the change can begin with you and me. And once we can do that, we can help others fulfill their full destiny. But I will tell you, my last word before I leave here is that live life to the fullest and die empty, because tomorrow is promised to no man.
Wow. Ambrose Russell, my friends, and he's been our guest today on Diaspora Talk, and we say thanks to you for all the work that you do. Like I said, we hope to keep following and making sure we can, tell the public exactly what you're into and how best we can support your work through the work of our media outlets. And it's a pleasure. I know you're a good guy, a huge community man, and we wish you all the best in what you do. So Nathan, we wrap it up on this note. We wrap it up on Diaspora Talk. We're going to be back here on Friday, talking more about Liberian issues, studying the Liberian stories from our communities. Until then, I'd like to wish you guys all of the best. Nathan, any final message as we leave?
Just to say shalom, peace.
Shalom, peace, and enjoy the rest of the week. Until Friday, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you. Bye-bye. When the issues of Liberia hit the